stupid people do. I think the finger pointing was
Oh my God. Hi, this is this week's Minute to Skim It. I'm sorry. We're going to do it in stages because we've actually got 5 reviewers. So, to cut to it, I've got a really great title, Jim Henson's The Storyteller, Dragons #1. We've got, the first is a Native American story. A lot of the art seems, Northeast American, sort of, Oregon, Washington, that sort of style. It's very much about family. So with all the Jim Henson Storyteller comics, you've got a myth that is being retold to beautiful art, and it's a very nice, contained story. This one is a father and son who start out going on a fishing trip, and they witness the horned serpent come out of the boat to attack them, and then the thunderbirds come out to oppose it and attack it, and the family is caught in the middle, and they actually get swept to different islands, and the father has to find a way back to his son. Meanwhile, the son is on another island using all the different skills that his father taught him, and it's a really beautiful story about how they're reunited, and just the different things that can befall you during life, and then the ways that you can reconnect with family. And the art is always beautiful in these, and each issue has very different art style and a very different tone to it. There was a previous series was The Storyteller Witches, and that was a really nice one too. So I very, very highly recommend that one. My second one is Mystery Girl by Dark Horse, and this lovely lady peddles her ability to know where anything is, or the secret to anything, on a street corner. So she's got her little rug and chair area, and people will come to her with their problems, and basically she can tell them exactly what happened or exactly where something is. And so she's sort of utilized as a detective and a PI, and she's got an assortment of friends that she interacts with, and eventually her skills take her on a further adventure that I'm very eager to find out. Very cool too.
So the two that I got to read, very quickly I might add, which is unfortunate, I can't wait to get home and reread them, is Replica. It's actually by a new publisher that we're carrying here called Aftershock. I was not expecting the story that I read when I opened it. It is a sci-fi book, which was actually, I don't know why I noticed the robot, but it really is a sci-fi book. This guy is a detective, a police officer, and he's on a planet. He is trying to solve crimes, but he is an Earthling, and it's hilarious. A few times of laughing out loud because he is really, really funny, and he decides that his work is so overwhelming that he's going to get himself a clone, and he goes to sleep, and when he wakes up there was an issue with the cloning process, and I'm not going to spoil the ending, but it was pretty funny, and that's going to go into the next issue. The artwork is actually very stunning, the bold use of colors. It was just vibrant and funny, and the story is really well written. I would love for everyone to check out this publisher and give them a shot. I think there's some great things to expect from them. And then the next one I have is called Seduction of the Innocent by Dynamite. And I'm trying to make Robert proud here. So hopefully if he watches, I don't mess up too badly. But there's a backstory to this. The Seduction of the Innocent, and I have notes here because I don't want to get it wrong. I actually had a history lesson. It was actually originally done in 1954 by a psychiatrist named Frederick, I cannot say the last name because I can't spell my handwriting. I think it's Witham. And he basically wrote it to show the violence and horribleness of comic books. And the comic book actually led to a huge uproar, and it is now the reason why we have the Comics Code Authority because of the original book. And it was basically a detective crime story which is exactly what this one is. It's a detective crime story set. Its setting is San Francisco, 1953, and there is crimes happening, and there's different places that they're happening at, all in this one timeline. And it is actually very graphic. It is definitely for mature reads. Both of these are actually, and but it's really good. It's really cool, and it's kind of cool that it has such a history part of it. So I would definitely say check this one out. And those are my two.
All right, and here we go, part 2. I have 5 books, but it won't take that long. Sheriff of Babylon, pick this one up, especially if you like war stories. This is a real current war story. This is straight out of Baghdad, so mystery, intrigue. This is all surrounding a woman assassin who may or may not be on our side. Can't really tell in this book. Totally Awesome Hulk, #1. This is that brilliant young man that we've met in Secret Wars. He, anytime he turns into the Hulk, he becomes what he is already, which is a young man looking at ladies, so he's hard to control. Guardians of Infinity. This is basically the Guardians that we know, plus some extra people. They all get stuck in some kind of ship that, if you enter it from different portals, you enter it from different timelines, so that'll be interesting. Jack Black Ketchum. This is a straight-up Western. I hate to tell you this, but I think this guy might be a little bit crazy. He talks to his gun, and his gun talks back. And he believes that he is not Jack Black Ketchum, but people all believe he is, and they're all trying to hunt him down, including a mysterious character called the Judge. And all new X-Men #1. Hey, I can't tell you enough about how much I don't care about this book. It's just your run-of-the-mill superhero book. If you like these characters, it's a decent read, but there's nothing in here that is mind-shattering. So there you go.
All right.
Did you see my much love for those books?
We saw it.
Yes.
So, first book I read was Daredevil #1. It's by Charles Soule or Soule. I'm not sure how to say his last name, but he's one of my favorite writers right now. He did Lando and Inhuman and things like that. It was really good. This book is really well written. It's not really anything super off the wall from Daredevil. It's fairly what you would expect. The art style is really cool use of different color palettes and things like that in each frame. I really enjoyed that. But Daredevil, he's out there. He's prosecuting bad guys. So
Excellent.
next up, also by Marvel, Red Wolf #1. This picks up with Red Wolf, the Native American hero that we met in 1872, one of the Secret Wars tie-ins. So it's set in the year 1872, the Wild West, and he is the sheriff of a town called Timely, like he was in the 1872 series. Some strange things are happening. There's some little surprises and twists, not what you would expect based on the Secret Wars title, but it's pretty enjoyable. The art style is quite a bit different from the Secret Wars series, but Red Wolf #1 was good. And then I think this was my favorite book that I read today, Spidey #1. I actually didn't think I would like this very much, but it's written by Robbie Thompson, who also writes Silk, and so it's a very familiar Spider-Man origin story. Spider-Man is a young kid, young teenager trying to cope with, liking girls and dealing with history tests and things like that. It was a really fun book, really good humor in it, great dialogue, really well written. I enjoyed it a lot, so pick that up.
Cool. All right.
This one's cool.
Yeah, the first one I read was Robin War, and I haven't been reading the We Are Robin or any of the Grayson series, but actually this seems to be kicking off a series that will go between both of those, at least those 2 issues of comics, and I'm not sure if there's going to be any more just standalone Robin War, but from the sounds of it, it's going to transfer back and forth between those. I didn't want to like it. I really did like it. That's all I can say. Now I have to maybe read those other Robin books. But basically, quick quick note is it's the moral struggle of a Gotham that doesn't want to have kids imitating superheroes, and then there's also some twists of their supervillains doing what supervillains do. So it was pretty good. I recommend that one for sure. One that I definitely have never read before is a Harley Quinn, and this was Harley's Little Black Book, and there's Wonder Woman on the cover, so I can give you a little bit of hint of what I'm going to talk about. But Harley Quinn has been a lifelong fan of a certain superhero, and she gets the opportunity to team up with her hero, and so we basically just tag along for shenanigans. So good fun. And then finally, I read the all-new Inhumans #1, and so this picks up again after Secret Wars, just like most of the other Marvel stuff has been doing. But I do like it because it's still tying in everything that we read in the other #1 that came out for Inhumans. So there's the tie-in with the mutants, the X-Men, and Beast and all that. If you've read the other one, if not, you just had spoilers. So I enjoyed it. I love Inhumans. The Royal Family is in here and expanded a little bit. So Medusa's sister and their cousin and everything is in here as well. They're starting to expand this out. So great book. Pick it up.
Perfect. We also have the really cool black bag Green Lantern books. They weren't going to be on the floor, so if you want them, ask for them. They're behind the counter. That's it. Bye, guys.
All right.